we have some amazing news.
Something very exciting is happening with McKenzie and I. Something that we didn't think we could even possibly do.
Yes, we're lovers. But even more exciting than that, we are going on the road and we have 4 shows this spring. So who are the lucky 4 cities that get to see us?
Yes.
We're going to be in Baltimore April 22nd and then Albany, New York, April 23rd.
May 20th, we'll be in Cleveland, Ohio, and May 21st, we'll be in Columbus, Ohio.
I can't wait for Ohio, Baltimore, and New York. Our 3 favorite places to go.
Well, and these are 4 stops that McKenzie and I are going to get to do in the spring, and we are kind of leading up to a very exciting fall.
Yes, we have a major tour coming out in the fall, but these are the only 4 shows we are going to be doing in spring. So if you want to come see us live, get your tickets today at twodykesandamic.com.
We can't wait. I want to plop.
Maybe we will. Maybe we will.
We are the greatest dykes in the world. McKenzie Goodwin, Rachel Scanlon, worldwide dykes for life. Hey, 2 dykes, 2 dykes, 2 dykes, 1 mic, 1 mic, 1 mic, 1 mic. Yeah, 2 dykes, 2 dykes, who dykes, who dykes, we dykes, we dykes, we dykes. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Two Dykes and a Mic. I'm McKenzie Goodwin.
And I'm Rachel Scanlon Ali, and we have an amazing guest today.
This is, I would say, one of our, right now I'm just going to, favorite episode of all time. We knew this was going to happen.
We knew this. We saw this coming. We've been long awaiting this guest on.
We read it in the stars.
We read in the stars. I also want you, if you're watching this episode, which you should be.
You have to be.
You're
going to need to watch this episode.
Drink every time our guests put her glasses on. And hopefully the camera's not on me for too hard because you're going to see me
flush.
This was honestly like the coolest episode that we've had. Yeah. And I was so grateful that we got to do this. This was a lot of fun. Also, before we bring our guest out, I did add one more city on my tour, a bit much. On March 18th, I'm going to be in Los Angeles. I'm going to be at the Hollywood Improv, the main room. And McKenzie Goodwin may be opening.
We'll see.
Might be opening for me. And all of my cities are starting to sell out, so you're going to want to get them as soon as you can. Portland, Maine is almost sold out. Burlington, Vermont.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Burlington, Vermont is going. Boston, Massachusetts, almost sold out completely. RachelScanlonComedy.com. Get your tickets right now before they're gone.
Hell yeah.
That being said, this episode drove me wild. I'm riding a high that's going to take a long time to come down from.
We have to have a part 2 coming up.
It must.
It was so good. There's so many more questions I need to ask her.
Yeah.
You guys, please make it so loud. If you're in your car, pull over. If you're in a mall, start screaming. Make it unbelievably loud for our amazing guest, Chani Nicholas.
I didn't go to the face gym. That's too late for me.
Now it's like, what's the point?
You're good.
But do you do these?
No. What the hell is that? Wait, what?
So those are sit-ups for your cheeks.
I was trying to mirror your face. I was like, am I there?
Okay, do it.
I barely have features.
So you do like a smile.
Okay,
it's so hard. I'm featureless.
You do like a smile.
Okay.
Okay, I am not a trained professional.
Is this right?
This is not medical advice.
Okay.
But you do like
an actual smile, or you're covering your teeth?
Well, sometimes anyways, you're trying to lift your...
Oh, God, I can feel like yours is working.
There's no way I can do that.
You can't.
No, you can. You're not trying.
No,
You're not trying.
Put your lip down.
Put your lip down. No, up a little.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm not into this.
That's Face Gym.
That's Face Gym.
I'm going to come out with my own app pretty
Honestly,
soon.
you should.
I have an astrology app, but I'm also going to have a
Face
Face Gym app.
A face app.
Yeah.
Great.
Genius.
Because that whole thing is like...
So it's
you droop.
Strengthening the muscles?
Well, you're trying to build these muscles so it lifts your face up.
Of course, it's natural Botox. Or filler, I guess, if you make the muscles
it's
big.
like a filler thing.
I see. Of course.
But it's also just like face yoga.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that
don't
is
do
like
regular
an ancient
yoga
thing
either.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's too much.
I don't know. I desperately want to have a chin.
Like,
tiny.
Little, it's like little crunches for under your eyes. Yeah, I went deep.
I mean, it's
for you.
obviously working.
It's working.
You have like
That's not.
And,
It's
you know,
not.
cheekbones.
It's
and
not. That's just. I got them on sale. It's not.
Oh,
a-
I see.
Yeah.
Well, that worked really well.
It worked really well. We're loving what you're doing.
Thank you.
We're loving it here.
We're so glad that you're here.
Yeah.
Full
Thank you
disclosure,
for having me.
I don't know my big three, and as a sapphic, I feel
It's illegal.
humiliated.
It's illegal.
I feel embarrassed. My wife, who you met, Nazara, she's getting very, very, very
Into it.
yes,
Yeah.
more and more every year.
Yep.
And I feel
You're behind.
yes, in a big way, and I'm
Yeah.
embarrassed. Frankly, I'm
At
embarrassed.
this point, though, I feel like it's kind of elite
Wait, to
To-
not know.
to be a gay and to not know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take. Hey,
Do you know
I'll
what I
take
mean?
that.
Yeah.
Like you really actually have to try pretty hard to not know anything about astrology as a queer in this moment.
And
Yeah.
yes, to be
all we know is that we are the same sign.
yeah.
And that we are
yeah,
very
very.
similar.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
only
you do
thing.
feel it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you think you're similar, or how do you?
I
experience-
oftentimes. Oh, go ahead, Kenny. Sorry.
No.
oh no, you.
You go ahead.
I oftentimes feel like we are fully aligned in the way that we think and the way that we feel. I think you're surprisingly sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm not. I am overtly sensitive. And then there's just certain things that we couldn't be
More opposite.
more opposite on. But those things also are opposite, which makes it similar.
Yeah,
like how
yeah.
salt and pepper go together. You know what I mean? They're like, it's opposite, but they're always sitting right next to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
We just have weird things cosmically that also happen.
Oh, yeah. Like our
Like timing.
Timing, but also we had the almost exact same tattoo
randomly.
Oh,
that
weird.
before we met each other.
What is the tattoo of?
Each are different.
Each are
Okay,
different, but
they're
they're
both
very
little
similar.
lines.
Yeah. Three
Yeah.
little
You
lines.
have a Scorpio.
No, it's an M.
Okay.
And mine's
Yeah.
a 3, like Roman numeral, but very similar.
But
Same
they look
spot.
the
They
same.
look very similar.
That's weird.
We lived in the same neighborhood, moved to LA the same month, same year.
Yeah.
Birthdays are like 7 days apart.
Yeah.
Like,
and then now we live same. Right,
Yeah.
next,
Right
to
next
each
to
other.
each
We
other.
just have
Yeah.
everything is very in sync.
Yeah.
yeah, time. Same things happen around the same time.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
And do you think that has anything to do with our astrological?
Because you have like a similar sun situation. I mean, the whole thing is that like there's obviously a lot of alignment there's a lot of alignment in your charts, but there's also just like a lot of alignment in the two of you. And one of the things I can say before getting into your charts at all is that both of you have a really heavy focus on relationships in your charts. And that has nothing to do with being a Cancer.
Interesting.
It has to do with where your planets are in your chart.
Okay.
So there's the sign, which is like the style within which you do a situation. But then there's the placement of things. And for both of you, it's very, very, very heavily focused on other people. So
That's good.
doing things with friends, doing things in committed partnerships, doing things with people that feel like siblings, all like super important for the both of you to live out your life's purpose.
Whoa.
So when I saw that, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's so cute.
I mean, that does matter to us a lot. We were just talking about we both are obsessed with our siblings.
Oh,
Yeah.
We love family.
Well, I'm also identify as a pack animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do very well around others.
Yeah.
And when I'm on my own, I'm a little bit like, this is something that I have to
Yeah.
learn how to do, but it does
Yeah.
not come naturally to me.
To be on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because your chart is just like mayor of Mayortown. Like you just have to be with the people.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I-
And yours is like kind of like the big group people, whereas yours like has some, but it's very like one-on-one.
I
Kind
love
of like,
one-on-one.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I hate a party of three.
Yeah.
Hate
Sorry,
a party
okay,
of three.
Nice knowing you.
No, wait. Okay, so before we
I'm
get
just an
into,
interloper.
I love it. Before we get into our charts,
Yeah.
can you tell us what a chart is?
Yeah.
And like I don't know too much about astrology.
And I
Love,
can't
love.
believe you're admitting that on Two Dykes and a Mic.
Well, you know, I have a long history with it, but I've never
but it's
dived.
bad.
Well, you're just like the expert, so I would love to know.
Yeah.
The real.
So everything has a chart. The moment that we met has a chart. Like the first time we met has a chart. This podcast has a chart. Anything that comes into being has a chart. So you take a snapshot of the sky from the exact moment and the exact location that the thing begins. And then everything that is happening in the sky is placed within a circle. So the whole zodiacal belt is the snapshot of the sky, and then all of the planets are somewhere there in that zodiacal belt, in that circle, that 360 degrees, not 380.
Yeah.
360.
Wait, 360.
Yeah, that's a circle.
That's a circle.
Think of Brett.
Yeah. And so then those are like seen as places, which is like, we could say they're houses. So they're domains of life. So you can both be Cancers, but the place where your sun is will vary depending on how the sky was set up. And we figure that out because of what people call the rising sign or the ascendant. And that is the part of the sky that rises up over the eastern horizon the moment you take your first breath or the moment the thing comes into existence. So cities have astrology charts.
Shut up.
Disastrous events have astrology charts. Births have, deaths have, marriages have, businesses have, everything has.
That's so interesting.
It's just about the mark of that moment. And so you can think of it like, this is what I've been, this is a very, 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 very basic way to think about things. But I think only in white supremacy and settler colonialism do we think of ourselves as outside of a natural order of things. So only within those systems do we go, is astrology really real?
Right.
Because whether or not you agree with how I'm looking at things or how different astrologies look at things, cultures the world over have always seen us humans as living inside of a full organism, a full ecosystem. And that just like species talk to each other, that the world, nature, planets, the ways in which things occur on the earth are speaking to humans.
Yeah, we're all connected.
So it's a way in which we can see like the evolution of the soul of all of life kind of evolving through us. And one of the ways you can look at that is that through the movement of planets, because everything is also cyclical. So nothing is happening outside of a context of something else. So it's all like this evolution of rhythms and cycles and motion. So if it works, astrology will put you inside of a context and show you like the timing of things. And the moment you were born was a timing of that part of the world's soul kind of coming into existence.
Yeah. I have a question, and I don't know if this is a stupid question.
It's nothing else.
So if you take the chart of a city, what can it tell you about that city?
It can tell you when it'll collapse, when it'll go to war,
Shut up.
when it will flourish, when it will do all the things. So like, I know astrologers were looking at the chart for Minneapolis, that like people, you look at when there's uprisings, when there's like a shift in power.
Yeah.
Because astrology was used by people in power for a long time, has been and will continue to be. So you're kind of like looking at like, when is the changeover? When does something spike in that city?
Wow.
And there's all these like ancient formulas of like the crops will be good or like invaders will come. You'll be eaten by hyenas. If you go into like the ancient texts, there's like these really literal weird like sayings and formulas that they have for things. But that's because people always looked at these kind of like amulets of something, of a city, of whatnot, to be like, are we going to be okay? When will the invaders come? Kind of thing.
And we were recently saying,
I love the word amulet.
I know, amulet's a hot word.
Feels important to
That's
hear.
what your astrology chart. You are an amulet of the moment that you were born. You are, I am. We are all walking amulets of the quality of time.
I like that.
When we were born.
That's beautiful.
This isn't very funny.
It doesn't have to be.
Please.
Oh, no. We're just so interested in this. I know we both watched today. You were talking about how Neptune is moving into Aries.
Neptune,
we were both so excited.
You are so excited.
And we said we were pumped about this, and you did seem terrified.
You're like, you shouldn't be excited. I said, no, I'm excited to have knowledge. Okay, to know that Neptune is going into Aries.
No, but that is the thing. It is good to know what cycle we're in.
Right.
So it's not just Neptune and Aries being the same as when this country had a civil war. It's that Uranus is about to move back into Gemini in April. And that was also happening during the Civil War.
Ooh.
And now, so it's like two kind
Similar.
It's like we're overlapping with a time zone where these outer planets take, Neptune takes 165 years to come back into a sign. Uranus takes 84 years. So the last time Uranus was in Gemini was during World War II. And so when you look back at history and you're like, well, 84 years is a good span of time to be like, well, what was happening the last time?
Right.
And so when Uranus was in Taurus, which is what it's finishing up right now, we had the rise of fascism.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And so in 2018, when it moved back into Taurus, everyone was like, I guess we're in the rise of fascism. And you can see these kind of like big movements happen, and nothing happens in a silo and nothing happens overnight. So you're watching something build. And so this like Neptune and Aries being so absolutely like succinct in terms of the events that I don't know when this is going to air.
This comes out
in
February 24th.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, no.
Well, we don't.
Yeah.
February 20th, there's a huge astrological thing where Saturn and Neptune come together at 0 degrees of Aries, which is a very rare event. And it just kind of amplifies all of these themes of disintegration of the systems that we've come to rely on. It's like, oh, there's no normal way of doing something anymore. Saturn is like, this is the structure. And Neptune is like, let's erode everything we touch. And so the last time Neptune was in Aries was the Civil War. It was also the birth of the KKK. So what we want to look at is like, is white supremacy on the rise again, right? Is it being systematized in a new, excessively violent way?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So then you're like, oh my God, why does it work that way? Why is it that when a planet comes, it takes, 165
Right,
years, it's not like white
patterns.
supremacy went anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been absolutely operating this whole
But it's
time.
more visible than it's ever been, at least in my lifetime.
It's much more visible to white people.
Yeah, yeah.
It's much more overt.
Mhm.
So we have it blatantly, like here, everywhere that we see ICE agents blatantly patrolling people of color. Like it's just blatant.
It's almost proudly.
Proud Boys
Yes.
are definitely
Yeah.
ICE agents. And so we see that, and it's a really eerie confirmation of being in the next iteration of this cycle. Our job is to say, we are way too far ahead to go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Our job is to say that is an absolutely limited way to see the world and to see the outcome of this being that they win. I don't think so. Like,
Right.
how can we not go through the years and years and years and years and years of violence and terror that we've had to go through in the past and just like jump cut to the next scene where it's like, no, we all gather, we all protect each other.
Yeah.
We remember that we're at the moment where we're like, we can't go down that road and see how it goes.
Yeah. Because we've seen it.
We're too accelerated in terms of the kind of melting of everything, including the environment. And so we're in this moment of severe collapse, and we know it. And so that when you see like the astrology of the Saturn Neptune conjunction on February 20th and there's eclipses happening at the same time, you're like, oh wow, February is a moment where everything is going to be ramped up. And of course, we're recording this in January and it already is that, right?
Yeah.
So then you're just like, it's just a confirmation, which is to get back to your point, a long way of saying it's a confirmation of like, we are here. If you want to look at those cycles, the last time we were in this cycle, it was absolutely this. And people that have nothing to do with astrology are saying civil war all the time.
Yeah.
So that just in and of itself is like, wow, I don't even have to like convince you that
Right.
this is the
It's
same
people
as that.
clocking the thing that astrology is showing you, right?
Right.
And we're looking at the same thing. We all agree that we exist in time where
Yes.
planets exist, right? Like you can't. We're
We
like
can-
we
we can
believe-
agree on
We can
that.
all agree on
But-
that, but then it's like people being like, I don't know. They're like, that's woo woo. Astrology is like for dumb women, right? It's people
Yes.
just being like,
Yes. Whereas interestingly, when you go to like an astrology conference, of which we have many, a lot of the people that get the most attention are
The men. Yeah.
who are like, and women, men and women, everybody, every gender who's an astrologer is a deep, nerdy academic.
Yeah.
That is,
Oh, yeah.
is
Cool.
worth their salt.
Yeah.
You have to be such a deep nerd.
yeah,
And so when you go into the astrological world, it's so weird because it's like the more academic you are and the more you're kind of recognized for your academia, i.e. you're a cis white guy,
Right.
the more accolades you get within that world. So you're like,
here it is too.
It's like
Yeah.
it's so like this kind of, layered thing of how it all plays out.
Right.
In all
I think it's so interesting that it's still coming up. Like people who maybe don't subscribe to it, identifying with it being astrology.
Yeah.
But you look at like there's trending of like people are obsessed right now with being like 2016, right? And it's like you're starting to do. People are starting. Or not starting, always have, always will, call it whatever. But there's like an interesting fascination where it's like, I think people are getting scared and uncertain and people are being murdered and you can watch it. And then we're going, how can we escape from this? Maybe is it if we just
look back
to 2016, which is almost like different.
Do we know who started that?
No.
I'm so wary of every conversation that gets started on the internet now.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
you don't know
how
where it goes
many
back
bots
to.
started this.
Right. Who's starting the discussion and why?
And then why are we following this specific
Right.
discussion at this time?
Oh.
It's not even like the
it's
discussions.
distracting. It's look at
100%.
yourself.
Look at yourself.
Well, it's
go look at
narcissism.
yourself. It's so easy.
What you were doing
yeah.
the first time Trump got into office?
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It's really weird.
It's really weird. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that we all need to actually have discussions of like, who started this trend? What is it for? Who is it for? What does it serve?
Right.
Because it's so obvious. You're like, what the fuck are
we doing here?
Looking back. I don't care about your selfie from 2016.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right. And I do, but that's something I'm working on.
Listen, we just talked about it. They weren't good. They were bad.
I know I look like shit, but it's something to think about. But I think like honestly, I'm like I've been listening to your stuff, and obviously like there's something that I think astrology is making you a very mindful person. Like you almost have to be.
Well, you have to be interested in the cycles we live within.
Yeah.
But there's another one. Pluto in Aquarius is like, it has like a 248-year cycle.
Jeez.
So the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was the American Revolution and the French Revolution and the Haitian Revolution, and it was the Industrial Revolution. So it was called the Revolutionary Age, and it just so happened that that was the time Pluto was in Aquarius. And so we look at Iran right now, and of course they're under severe blackout as we're speaking, but we know that there's a revolution taking place there. And so you also want to layer on that kind of piece of it. The reason why this time is so big, 2025 and 2026, is that these planets take a long time to change signs,
right? But
they all changed signs in 2025.
Wow.
All
That's
three
crazy.
of them did.
Yeah. And how long do these last? Like the
like
Neptune
Pluto
moving into Aries.
That's like a 15-ish year thing. Pluto will be like not quite 20 years, but almost.
Yeah.
Uranus is 7. So we're talking about at least a decade.
Wow.
Right. And so whatever happened in 2025 was changing the game. It's one of the reasons why I was like, the candidate who's going to talk about change more is gonna win, because the whole thing, and you could just look at the polls for that, but also the skies were saying
change,
radical change.
Wow.
Not that he's new, but we can agree that his cabinet and him coming in are just like set fire to it all.
Yeah.
In a way that they weren't emboldened to before.
Yes.
And so the changes that began in 2025 get solidified in 2026. But one of the major changes that happened in 2025 is we got Mamdani. We got a socialist, democratic socialist.
Finally.
Who is like clearly pro-Palestinian.
Yeah. Yeah.
In New York City. And his campaign was massive. And so that was one of the signals of change. That and all of the resistance against ICE, especially in this city in LA and across the nation, that started. And so we have to know that as we go into 2026, all of their stuff worsens. And so all of our actions and all of our solidarity has to just like through the roof, like ramp up. And so astrologically, it's like we planted seeds in 2025 of what was to come. They did, we did, right? And so we know that this is the trajectory that we're on. We can't assume that it'll be over and
it's going to last
at the primaries, but we can assume that all of the response to what has gone on is where we can focus and just intensify and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, because they fight as dirty as is possible.
Yeah.
So like, it's not going. There's no one coming to save us.
Right.
We know that.
Do you feel positive about the future from what you're seeing in charts?
I try to stay very in the moment. And I like for me, for 2026, I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, February, March, April are really hard months. And I don't know where we'll be in May. So by the time we get through that. So I need to see like what is going to happen first before I know what the next little piece of astrology could mean.
Yeah.
But I will say that it does look like something goes downhill for leaders in the summer.
Knock on wood. Let's hope so.
We have like a very potent eclipse in Leo in August.
Interesting.
And those eclipses are really challenging for people that are in leadership.
Okay.
You know, God willing, the good leaders get fortified, but God willing, the leaders that are corrupt, evil, sociopathic, serial killers, and pedophiles get taken down.
Period. And period.
And you said it.
I'm always
you
saying
said
that.
it, and we will co-sign that.
Why do you think it is that like queer people and sapphic specifically are so into astrology?
I think because it is like a whole sky approach, you know, like it's okay. So there's your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, but that is just like the very like the sprinkles on the top of the icing. And so you get to look at like your whole entire life, and you get to see yourself inside of a really broad context that isn't actually judgmental. It is descriptive though. Like it will troll you, you know, your chart will definitely call you out. But it's in a way that it's like, well, this is up to you to figure out how you want to work with this. It's
fun.
hard.
Our viewpoints, it's hard. And I'm like, that rocks.
Like this part is, you know, that's a challenge for you.
Yeah.
But you get to figure out how you want to work with it. It's like there is a big element of astrology that is about fate. We could argue, and people do. And then also it's like you have free will within the place that you're in.
Right.
Like we're in Burbank. You know, we are.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
You know, like we're not in Brooklyn. And so there's certain conditions here that are just going to be true that wouldn't be true somewhere else. But we still have free will over what we can do here. That, and it's not, in this moment at least, tied to a religious doctrine. It's not connected to you shall not be a sapphic, you shall, you know, there's no kind of like
putting sin on your lifestyle.
It's not, it just doesn't operate within that function. Although you could go back and you can read a lot of, you know, astrologers are humans. So astrologers have said, you know, some really
horrific
messed up things.
Yeah.
And you can, you know, do that, but it's not that it hasn't carried over. It hasn't been the central tenet. And because it's so loathed and hated by so many, well, at least two organized religions, especially Christianity.
That's so weird.
Well, it's interesting because some people have made the argument that pre-Christianity, astrology became so influential that people were like, ugh.
It's power, right?
It had power.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, I have this fate and I can't really get out of it. And then Christianity came along and was like, no, all you have to do is like pray and do these things and you can get out of it. And so it was like, okay, well, fuck these planets.
Right.
I'm going here. And, you know, Judaism's different because it's being, everything's coming up together in a sense. And many Jews were astrologers. And then because Judaism in Europe had to exist underneath of so much anti-Semitism, all of the stuff that was maybe more magical or like less Christian had to get hidden or taken out.
Right.
And so the Judaism that we have is much more stripped down because of its need to survive under a kind of Christian nationalism and dominance. And so the ways in which astrology functions outside of religion, I think, has been important for queer people because those monotheistic, you know, archetypes and paradigms really kind of were bad for us.
Not as welcoming.
Yeah.
On a
And not
lighter
so
note-
good for women.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
No, go.
Well, I was going to say, when is too soon to show someone your chart?
It depends on how judgmental they are.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because to me, it's like
it comes up quick. I feel like in queer dating,
it does. But to
it's
me,
on
it
the
tells
profile.
a lot about you.
Yes.
Like to me, that's like showing somebody your naked body.
Yeah.
You're like, you have to be committed first.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
don't talk about my astrology in
and I
public.
wouldn't. I wouldn't share mine.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I
Only
thought
said
that
our-
I was a Gemini until very recently because I guess I've been like a cusp for so long.
Yeah.
And then in my 20s, I was much more like a Gemini.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But you're ruled by the planet that rules Gemini. So can I talk about your astrology though?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine.
No, we sent you all our info.
Yeah.
We had our parents send us our birth
My
certificates.
mom had to find my birth certificate.
Okay, and we have really? So it's birth certificates that I have?
You have my exact time from my birth certificate
God,
that I
I
was born.
sent you my social. I sent you my
Blood
birth
type.
certificate.
Yes.
You can steal
Yeah.
my identity.
Exactly. This is the thing is that when you know your whole chart, you get to understand like this is the planet that steers the direction of my life.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
McKenzie, yours is Saturn,
Okay.
and that
Sounds bad.
Yeah,
Sounds
it
bad.
is.
Wait, are you for real? Both of you can't come at me like this.
And then Rachel, yours is Mercury, and so Mercury is also the planet that rules Gemini. So you have to be mercurial. It's a part of your identity.
Okay, see? That's
So-
why it felt like that,
And
probably.
for people
Exactly.
like listeners who don't know the word mercurial, what does that mean?
Right.
Well, okay. So Mercury is the gayest planet.
thank God.
It is the most non-binary planet, literally.
That's
So
cool.
in ancient terms, like you can go into like ancient, especially like Islamic texts and look and see like how they did gender and how they looked at Mercury. So Mercury can be either a day or a night planet,
Hot.
Either.
either or,
Oh.
and switches depending on its phase. And so they can be in like ancient terms, Mercury could be either masculine or feminine.
Incredible.
Literally.
This is so
That
fun.
That's affirming to me.
yeah.
That feels so right. That's cool. That's very cool.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
That rocks for
And
me.
so that's a must for you. And so you have Virgo rising. So that is what we called a double-bodied sign. And so it's always going to be a mix of things.
Wow.
So people with mutable signs as their rising sign are going to always have to come with kind of like a mix of identities sometimes, or of jobs, or of like there's always like two of things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also it makes, it just so
I love
happens
the glasses
that
going on.
The glasses
Yeah, I
going
know.
on is so
It's
powerful.
cool.
Oh my God.
Very cool.
It's giving
So
March
old.
With the
Hargitay.
sweater vest.
I-
Stop. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Hold on. Let me take a
kidding
look
me.
at
Yeah,
you.
sorry.
You're rising.
Let me
says
look
to
at
me
your
is
chart.
ancient.
No, I am having fun.
And
Yeah.
these are the glasses that are like too strong for me. So I'm like, whoa. But your midheaven is also in Gemini.
Okay.
And so your career and how you portray yourself to the world is Gemini.
See, this is, yes.
Wow.
And then Mercury rules it. And so where is Mercury? Mercury is a planet that steers the direction of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury is the communicator, is the translator. So it's also, you could be somebody who translates the experience
Mm-hmm.
of something for other people.
Oh, for sure.
Like maybe you teach people about
Being gay.
their heterosexuality.
Yeah.
Right. You know me.
Dude, I'm loving
But
this for you.
so Mercury is what you have to do. It's like that's the planet that drives your life forward. So you have to be talk
For sure.
all the time.
And that's,
And your Mercury is in the 11th house of the audience and the group and the friends.
yeah.
So you literally need to chitter chat to a group of people and or with a friend.
Yes. And that has been true my entire life.
It is your life. If you didn't do that, I would be heartbroken and you would not feel like you were living at your purpose.
Yeah.
So
That
whatever you
totally
do,
tracks.
it has to be that.
And that's,
Wow.
I feel like that, yeah. I mean, the life of a comedian is essentially,
Yeah.
you need to.
Be in a room talking to people.
Not only that, but as a Virgo rising, Virgo is the consummate critic. So that means that your style and your motivation is to be like, how does this work? What are all the little parts?
Mhm.
How do they go together? What is incongruent? What works? What doesn't? And I think that you have to have that as a comedian.
Yeah.
And you also have Pallas Athena on your ascendant, which is to say that's the wisdom goddess. It's like a secondary Mercury in a way.
Ooh.
And so you're motivated to be known as somebody who is an excellent critic, and you want to be known for your ideas.
Yeah.
And the ways in which you break them down and help people think critically about something. But I think that all critics are most successful, or a lot of critics are really successful when they involve comedy.
Right.
Right, because it's
it's the most palatable way to get your ideas across.
Exactly.
It's the easiest way to connect through.
Yeah.
Giving people your point of view through laughing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And then we'll talk about your Scorpio moon later. But your Scorpio moon is what tells us that you need to be with siblings. You need to be with people that feel like, these are my like neighbors. This is my little pack.
Yes.
You said you're a pack animal.
Pack animal.
Yeah.
100%.
So the third house is where your moon is. It's in Scorpio, so that's like super deep and intense, and you need to like really like. Are you like a wild researcher? Do you do a lot of like in depth?
Not on everything, but the things that I do, I can't get out of.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like
a rabbit hole in on stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
I would give that job to you. But like it's a combination of your Virgo rising and of your Scorpio, because Virgo wants to dissect everything and understand it. Like, where's this from and how does this work? What things go together? And then your Scorpio is obsessive.
Yeah, the obsessive for sure.
Yeah. But it's in the third house of friends and local life and community. So like your neighborhood's really important.
Yep.
But just being with people that feel like friends, because your Cancer sun is also in the 11th house of friends. So it's really important for you to be feeling like you're also like nurturing people and giving to them and like almost like taking care of in a way.
Yeah.
But nurture me more.
You don't know this, baby. I'm always calling you.
I'm sick of this shit. Nurture me.
Also, like deep friendships too, right? Like friendships that I feel like are not.
You don't
like
surface.
I don't like surface, and my friends I have had forever.
Yeah.
Like forever. All of my friends are decade, 15-year long, which is very rare for Los Angeles. But even my friends out here, I've known forever.
Like I'm one of your newest friends.
Yeah, and we've been
for 45
we've been married
years.
for 45 years. Yeah. Like just very like long and like
intense.
Yeah, intense where I don't like I know everything.
Yeah.
Family. Like
Yeah. That's your Scorpio moon needs that intensity and needs those deep conversations, but it's also in the third house of conversations and communication. So it's another way of saying like you need people that feel really close to you, and you need to have like cathartic relationships. And so you also, I think, need to communicate in a way that's helping you feel like we just like went through something and we're going somewhere.
Process.
And like, it's all processing.
For sure.
Oh,
you need to process
external
much.
processor.
It's unbelievable. And you wouldn't believe
you need so many people to help you process.
And it's not just like it's
like your wife is
it's
just
my
like,
wife is like the first stop along the way, and then I need to call my mom, and then I call Ken. And all of them I'm having like
no one has ever been more of a Cancer that's like I need to call my wife and then call my mom and then call my best friend.
100%. Yeah,
because Cancer needs security. That's one of its main things is to create emotional bonds so that we're like we're safe because we have each other.
Yes. Stability in the connection of being like this happened.
Yeah.
But Mercury is your planet that steers you. So it's always writing, speaking, and digesting information and making sense of it.
Yes. Which I feel like is also very different than I think sometimes my stand-up persona is more Gemini than I am interpersonally.
Yeah.
Which feels deeper. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that it's not, but it's more,
It's lighter.
Yes.
But you have to go and do that like deep splunking and like that deep emotional excavation in order to get those little kind of like sparkly tidbits.
Yes.
Of, like entertaining little clips, but they're about something much deeper. It always has to go deep.
Yes.
This is so beautiful.
This rocks.
I just
also,
think
did you hear the non-binary house?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry.
Of course.
Planet.
Non-binary planet.
You're ruled by the non-binary planet.
Also, never being able to go with either.
No, I
like
know.
being both intentionally is
both.
crazy.
You have
to be both.
Have to.
Yeah.
Have to be both.
I know.
I dream
Because
as a man often.
You do?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Just last night, I was telling my wife, I was like, I had another dream that I was not me, I was a man. And I dream sometimes as a woman, I sometimes dream as a man.
But wait, so
It's
when
really
you're when you're dreaming about yourself as a man, are you like, I have a different name, or you're just like, oh, this
sometimes
is just me?
I'm a different person, which makes me feel like I'm living somebody else's life, which isn't me.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have seen my childhood self, and it's a boy.
Oh,
isn't that weird?
Are they different coloring, like a different hair color?
Ginger, pale. It's me as a baby, but I'm a boy.
Oh,
isn't that wild?
That's beautiful.
To see
that's your psyche being like, this has always been you.
It's right. That's what I think when I wake up. I'm like, I think that. Right?
Like you were seeing yourself as.
Yes. Pretty crazy that it's also in the planet.
Yes.
It makes sense.
It does.
It all makes sense.
Feeling
you're
affirmed
an amulet,
by
dude.
Well, you're an amulet too.
I know.
I'm always saying that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're ruled by Saturn.
When
You
we
keep
said
saying
that.
What's happening? I
can't
do feel
be right.
attacked.
It can't be right.
Okay.
Don't put those on like that.
Here we go, Ken. I wish I had glasses.
No. We should get the exact
Okay,
same
I will
pair.
say you have a very powerful chart.
Okay.
You have a really good chart for success.
You didn't have to tell me that.
I've always said that.
That makes total sense.
Does it?
Yes.
No, but she really does. Like you have you've got a great setup. Where is your okay?
I love hearing you've got a great setup.
You do.
That feels
you
good.
do. Okay.
Thank God.
Wait, why am I? Hold on.
It's also so cool to me that you can just look at a chart and immediately know everything.
I'll never forget your charts. Also,
Really?
you've given me access. It's burned in my brain.
So
now.
you'll think of it
every
when
time I see you, I'm gonna be like,
wow.
clock. Yeah. Okay. So, as a person ruled by Saturn,
Okay, you keep saying this. What does it mean?
life gets better when you get older.
Oh, I already know that.
That's so
Boy,
crazy.
do
That's
I know
the first
that.
thing you say. We've
Life
said that
is
about her.
so much
You're
better
aging. Yeah.
after, and especially after 36.
Great.
Like 30. Once
Well,
you
that
hit
was
36
10 years
you're gonna
ago. Okay.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah, it
That's
gets
cool.
better. And okay, so Saturn is the planet of saying no,
Mm-hmm.
of putting down limits, boundary, structure.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we do things.
Yeah.
This is the checklist. This is the reality check that I need to give you. That's cute,
Yeah.
but we only have 24 hours in a day, and you're already late
Oh, no.
for all the things you were going to do.
I sound like a pill.
You are. And bless you. I love
No, but okay, and your Capricorn rising. So your
Yeah.
Capricorn rising, which makes Saturn the ruler of your chart,
Oh my
but
God.
Saturn is also in the other sign that it rules. So your Saturn is excellent.
Okay.
You have an excellent Saturn, which means
Good.
if I need something done, I'm going to ask you how to do it.
Yeah.
You are the boss.
Okay.
You are the one who's like, we got this. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
totally, we can do this.
Mhm.
You're going to have to work really hard and you're going
Yeah.
to have to be on time.
I know. It's a lot.
This
But
is actually how the
this is-
podcast started.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It is. It truly is how
You're
it
the
began.
one, you bring things into being.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Because you understand the limits, the boundaries, the restrictions, the
Mhm.
hard work and the organization that it's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about being in it for the long term. That's why things get better as you get older,
Okay, good.
when you're Saturn ruled. Because you're like, or if you have like a hefty Saturn signature. The domain of life that you need to move into is, well, and you always will, it's work. Like work is, and we could say like, well, we live in a capitalist society, it's so important. But for you especially,
Oh, I like it.
making money
Yeah.
and working
Yeah.
and making sure that things are being done correctly
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to happen is like, this is your MO.
I love work.
You're a
That's
responsibility
exactly-
girl.
Yeah.
You love it.
I love it.
Love
I
it.
genuinely have like a lot of fun working.
Yeah. And we could get all that from just saying, well, you've got a moon in Capricorn.
Yeah.
But it's doubled down by the fact that Saturn, the planet that steers the direction of your life, is in your second house of work.
Oh, okay.
And it's in its own sign. And it's like, this is the system. This is
Yeah.
how we lay everything out. This is the order of things.
Mhm.
And we're going to think about this in a way that's really spacious and fair for everybody. But we're going to be able to like lay it all out.
Okay.
And not just hope it happens.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gonna
the
make
most
a plan.
McKenzie thing in the world to be like, yeah. When I met McKenzie, I was like, I've never, because we were much younger,
Yeah.
right? 23.
23 probably.
And then I remember being a 23-year-old stand-up comedian being like, what type of a comedian has the forethought
Yeah.
to be like, we need to start a business?
Mackenzie.
And then laying out the like, we're going to do the long-term stuff, which
Yeah.
makes the 36 person later make total sense. But that is the most you shit.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make sense to me as a 23-year-old. I'm like, no one else thinks like that.
In fact, you said, I don't want to do this.
In fact, I was like, pass. And I said, can we hook up? I was like, I don't know what you mean.
I said,
who wants to do business? It's so dry. It's so platonic. It doesn't even make sense to me.
This is more than platonic.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
This is life.
Yes, this is life. Yeah.
So your moon is in the first house in Capricorn.
Okay.
And it's sitting right by the North Node. So you have a massive ambition. Mm-hmm. Like you should always take it seriously. I want it to win.
Yeah.
Again, it goes like it kind of plods along. It's slow and steady, but it's going to get there. And then your sun is in the 7th house of relationships.
Is this good?
It's so good because both of your lights of your chart are in angular places, which is to say you have a tremendous amount of power and you can make a lot happen. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of activity that moves around you. And you're born around an eclipse because you're born just after a full moon. Or just wait, hold on.
The glasses.
Can we get just I want all the times you put your glasses on.
We can
do it in slow motion. Yeah, let's do a super cut of that.
Okay.
Next time you see us, we're both going to have the exact same glasses as you.
You're born right after a lunar eclipse.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's amazing.
Oh,
good. Your chart seems very good.
It's very potent.
Okay.
It's like you have do you feel like there's like these weird wild things that happen to you that are kind of like out of the blue and change everything every once in a while?
Yeah.
It's not like every day, but like every once in a while people are like,
major. Yeah.
What? That happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like your life tempo. Like every once in a while, these things will come along and it'll just be like, I had no idea that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. But you've made a face. Are they always bad? No,
a lot of times.
A lot of them.
Yeah,
it's like eclipsy.
Yeah,
like you get eclipsed.
Yeah,
because of something that happens.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But it can also be good.
Okay.
So if it hasn't happened in a good way yet, it can be.
Okay.
Or it's like there's things that kind of catapult you into a different place.
Yeah. Okay, there's good ones of those.
Okay, good.
For sure.
Good.
Yeah.
And it can sometimes feel like, a little cataclysmic because if you think of, you were born just after an eclipse. If you think of what an eclipse is, it's when the light of the sun or the moon goes out.
Yeah.
And so think about being an ancient person or person in the ancient world.
It's terrifying.
And you're like, where'd the sun go?
Yeah.
So, and where the moon, and the moon goes away and then turns blood red. Mm-hmm. That's what you were born under.
And of course
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it was it was a pretty intense eclipse, but I'd have to look and see if it was like a total solar eclipse. But that's the vibe.
Okay.
And so there's something about you when you walk into the room. People are like, oh, there's something different about this person.
Okay.
And it's really interesting what you were saying to me before. I don't know if you want to repeat it, but because you're ruled by the planet that is the planet that literally has rings around it.
Yeah.
It's the planet of boundaries.
Oh, God.
And it is the planet furthest away.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel remote.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when we're ruled by that planet, people might mistake us for being remote.
Oh, yeah. People think I dislike them a lot.
You see where I'm going.
100%.
Yeah.
And McKenzie, when we first started this podcast, I thought it was like, there was a lot of things that I'm like, I feel like McKenzie, we were meant to be intertwined because I'm learning so much from her. Like, business-wise, of course, friendship-wise, of course, but boundaries and also like respecting.
They were like, boundaries.
Boundaries. I was like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
That was the one thing. A lot of times throughout this podcast, you'll hear me being like, somebody got too close and it hurt me or whatever, or pushed my boundaries.
Yeah.
And McKenzie going, you can just say like, don't do that. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful boundaried person.
I'm very boundaried.
Very boundaried. Very cool.
Well, you're, moon and rising Capricorn, ruled by the boundaried planet.
And you've dated a
interesting.
woman for 3 months and she didn't know if you liked her or not.
That's true. That's true.
But I would say that underneath all that boundary, there's like a passionate romantic in you.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think so.
I think so.
Nice.
It only showed up after you
But
found
it's in
Erica.
secret a little bit.
It's in secret. Yeah,
You
I
have
don't
to
show
earn
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. I would say you know that part of me.
Yeah.
The romantic
But
part.
that's what, when you and I met, it made no sense because I was like, she's so boundaried to every other person, but immediately you and I were so close.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
made no sense because I was like,
Some
I must be
people
special.
Sneak through. Yeah.
Some people get in
Yeah.
past the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think about where to go next because there's a lot here. Do you have questions?
I have so many questions.
Your midheaven is ruled by Venus.
Okay.
Which is the planet of queers,
Hot.
women, and art.
Okay, great.
And, that
And
makes three
it's in
things
the
I love.
eighth house of joint resources, of sharing, of creating things in a collaboration. So it's a way of saying like you need to be in the arts.
Yeah.
You need to be creating things that you think are beautiful and meaningful and part of like culture creation.
Yeah.
And it has to be, it's really helpful if it's with somebody else. But because you're the, boss, you've got to take on a certain amount of like
Control. I have a control issue, and that's a
It's
problem.
okay.
It's okay.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
And that's why we work so well together.
I
need
don't.
full control, and you're like, I am actually good without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Holy shit.
Now I have a question.
Yeah,
Can
please.
you tell via a chart if
Yeah.
somebody's going to possibly be queer?
I mean, it's a complicated question. It's like there are definitely signatures of queerness, and whether that rolls out into gender, sexual orientation, lifestyle, there, like you can look at from like a modern perspective, like if I'm going to look at like what planet is like super queer, it's going to be Mercury, non-binary, but it's also going to be Uranus, which is like the weirdo. And it's also going to be Neptune, which is like, whatever, man. I'm like open to, and so depending on like what we're talking about, I can look at those planets, and you have Uranus and Neptune on your ascendant. So
Go off.
Sick.
you're a weirdo.
I'm gay.
Well, you are such a secret
breaking
weirdo.
news.
Yeah.
I am a secret weirdo.
And you're a secret
Secret
like
weirdo.
froggy girl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you are a bit of you're interesting to me. I think you're super interesting,
Thank you.
which is crazy.
Thank you for
But you
finally
are.
For a
admitting
podcast.
it.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect for a podcast.
Yeah.
And then I would look at like, what is your Venus doing? Because Venus is going to talk about the kind of like what you're attracted to, who you're attracted to, what's going on there. And so if like you have a Venus Uranus thing, that's usually like a signature of queerness. But there's a lot of
That's so
different
fun.
ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how active are the planets that talk about being different,
Yeah.
or gender, or being a kind of multiplicity of things.
And so cool.
Yeah. And then it depends on
So
like
gay
where you're
charts.
living, and because you have to take into consideration the person's whole entire life and existence and how they're situated in the culture they're living in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're living in a culture that's way more,
Oppressive.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like here or there, then it's going to kind of manifest in a slightly different way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, this is cool. I do
But
feel
everybody is gay, so
Yeah,
and
I
we could
agree.
make an argument for a lot of
100%.
things. The
some are
straighter
gayer
you
than
are, the
others.
gayer you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes back around.
You know,
I
it's like a
mean,
U.
one-
I don't know.
It's a
something.
horseshoe.
I don't. Something. Boomerang.
100%. Yeah, it's a boomerang.
You
Okay,
go
this
too
is
far.
and it comes back around. This is like I don't know if this is exactly in your wheelhouse, so feel free to not. But do you think past lives are a thing?
And can you see them in a chart?
Yeah, not my wheelhouse.
Not your
Okay.
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Do you believe in them?
Well, I mean, honestly, like Judaism does speak about reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
So there is like a kind of way for me to conceptualize it like that, at least culturally and religiously. Not that I'm like a devoutly religious Jewish person, but and my wife is Hindu, so that is like definitely a main kind of tenet of her worldview. And this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Indian astrology has been around for thousands of years. Traditional astrology that I study has also been around for thousands of years, but the history got broken because of, again, religion.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, no, astrology is bad, and so it all had to go underground. And then when it came back up, it was simplified and changed. And one of the things that happened was like Jung came in, and there was like this wave of well-meaning spiritualists that had taken things from Eastern religions and ancient Egyptian understandings and kind of like just like and then put it in.
Yeah.
And so the ways in which modern Western astrologers talk about reincarnation, I'm always a little like, where is this from? I don't know how rooted this is in a deeper awareness. And then, of course, if you go to somebody who does Vedic astrology or Jyotish or Indian astrology, that has a deeply, rooted foundation in that understanding of how that paradigm is talking about karma and reincarnation and stuff. So it's definitely, you could look at it. I find that we are messed up enough in this one lifetime.
Yeah.
That I feel like especially white people love to talk about reincarnation.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of in like a fascist nostalgic kind of way. Like was I a queen in a past life?
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, like tell me I was okay back then or that I suffered as an identity that I'm not now.
Ick.
And that's why I understand suffering this. I mean, we're weird. You know, white people try to get out of our, you know,
what's going
situation
on right now.
in all the ways. And so I feel like we've ruined it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's because it's not my main interest. I really am interested in like, who are you right now? What did you come in with? Mm-hmm. Where are you? How can we help you to kind of fully realize your agency in this moment and then go fight fascism?
Yes.
And live out your life's purpose.
Yeah.
Which I think are the same thing.
Yeah.
Like what tools do you have and how can you use them?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
And if at some point you have a dream that you're like, oh my God, I was this person and I had this whole life and I understand myself from a different point of view, then like go forth and research that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that like things like that will come up spontaneously when they're ready to be experienced and they'll roll through you. And I just don't think we should I think a lot of, again, white people get very fixated.
Too bogged down with those certain
on
things.
something
Well,
that's
and it's not helpful.
here.
Yeah.
Like, can you deal with the guilt and shame
That's happening right now.
of how you got to where you are now?
Yeah.
Like, how do we actually process, like, this country is functioning exactly as it was supposed to? Like, this is American. What's happening right now is absolutely to its core American. And we're a part of that.
Yeah.
We're used by the state. We benefit from, all of it. So how do we grapple with that? If you get through that, sure, let's talk about
Yeah.
Right. If you
that
can,
other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can
still
reckon
here.
with what's happening.
Yeah.
And you
Fully.
have. Yeah.
And you've given up your privilege or you try to expend it at every turn and you try to like be a problem for the state and be, a spanner in their works and you're having a past life experience. Great.
Right. Fine. But we cannot run from the reality in a past life.
I have to start here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That rocks.
But I also want to acknowledge the deep traditions that do function in those ways and do talk about it and it's beautiful and it's also just it's not where my main focus is.
That makes sense.
That makes total sense.
We have to end here.
What?
I know it's really
Wow.
sad. No, I
We
literally
just sat
Wait.
down.
So
You
excited.
didn't even ask me any questions.
We have 1,000. It's so infuriating. We have 1,000 questions for you.
God
we have
damn
to
it.
have you back on
Well,
eventually.
this is, you're one of the guests that I have been truly
We were
so
so
looking
excited.
forward to
Aw.
having you on.
Aw.
You
and then
are
I was such a bummer.
the
no,
best.
you're the best. That's
No.
the thing is
Also, what a gift. Thank you for talking.
no one's ever shut us up the way you have.
No, it's
God,
perfect.
I
wanna
know. I hope
listen
you can
so
edit
much.
some of that.
No, we want
We
to hear
won't.
you talk.
But having you on and thank you for reading our chart and sharing so much
And that's just
with
the
us.
tip of the iceberg of
It's
both of your
crazy.
charts.
It's crazy.
Like, it's just like, because your part of fortune is also ruled by Mercury. So like there's this really lovely, but
Okay, we're gonna take you to dinner.
I
I
feel,
know we need to talk more.
I feel good about where you're situated and
That's
what you've done
good.
with your charts
Yeah.
and where you're going and like how you're coming together and building this.
Okay,
it's
good.
it's a really good signature. I
Thank
think.
you
Yeah.
for saying that. We
Yes.
appreciate it. It's very comforting to be around you.
Aw.
So thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for what you do. I feel like I'm personally very inspired by the way that you use all of the knowledge that you have
Aw.
and keeping it grounded in how we can make the world better today
Yeah.
and how we can come together now. I think it's really easy to get lost in it and then be like, well, let me just stay kind of
Yeah.
neutral on the thing for, and I think what you do is
Yeah.
very
Neutral
inspiring.
is so terrifying.
Neutral is horrifying.
What are we doing
And
I don't
what
know.
you're
Can't do
doing
that.
is like
Jesus.
very inspiring. You're like a
here? Mhm.
Same with you both. Like
Hey, we're just
listen.
trying to make people
Hey.
we're trying.
laugh.
But it's very cool. So thank you so much for being on. We've
Thank you
been
so much for having
this has been
me.
You're an amazing
awesome.
guest.
Aw.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And get the Channy app, obviously. Everybody listening, and we're so glad
you
that
can
you're
listen
here.
to your monthly reading.
The
I
meditations.
talk all about Neptune and Aries and Saturn and Aries. and
Yes.
what's coming, but also like how to use it in
Yeah.
your life. what to do with it.
The practicality is major.
Yeah.
It's
So
incredible.
thank you.
It's incredible.
This
All right.
rocks. I'm Rachel Scanlon Ali.
I'm McKenzie Goodwin.
I'm Chani Nicholas.
Go do something gay today. Bye bye.